check out the balance. That posture's crazy. Hey y'all, last night I was making a couple granny squares and I was scrolling on Pinterest because I need to figure out what to do with them, and I came across this photo right here of this granny square t-shirt, so I'm gonna make that today. Oh no, the granny square just fell into the toilet. Okay, that's okay, it's fine, I'll make another one. Okay, so I have my granny squares, so I'm just gonna go ahead and lay them down to kind of form a t-shirt and see if I need more granny squares or if I have enough. Alright, so I do not have enough granny squares. You know what? Alright, let me just make more granny squares and then I'll come back. I'm still crocheting my granny squares, but I was thinking for the granny squares around my neck, I don't want to kind of just like line up my granny squares like this because I feel like the neckline is going to be a little bit too boxy and square, and I want it to make it look more like a t-shirt. So I experimented and I made a granny square that has a curve, so that way it will make it a lot easier for me to go ahead and crochet a collar at the end when I put all my granny squares together. So I made 2 of those granny squares and I experimented and made a half a granny square. So I'm gonna just put that between those 2. And then you can see it's gonna make it so much easier for me to go in and crochet like a ribbed collar when I'm done with the t-shirt. But I'm very proud of this granny square because this is showing me that my skill is getting better and better, because 2 years ago I would not have been able to figure this out. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep crocheting the rest of the granny squares, and then I'll show you the layout when I am done. Okay, it's the next day and 25 granny squares later, I have all the granny squares I need in order to make this granny square t-shirt. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay it out on my table and then sew them together. Okay, so I have the front of my granny square t-shirt and the back of my granny square t-shirt. I realize I still need to make more granny squares for the sleeves. I have the front and the back made. I need to figure out how to make the sleeve. So I was thinking I can just use 3 granny squares and kind of sew them like this, like a little house. And then I should be able to just slip my hand right in there and it'll be like a sleeve. I want to test out to see if the sleeve is going to work, so I'm just using some stitch markers to hold the granny squares together. But yeah, see, I'm going to sew it like this, and then that should give me enough room to slip it in like a sleeve. And that should work. And then now that I'm looking at it now, I'm probably thinking I'm going to need a longer sleeve, so I might do another one, and maybe it'll be like that. So now that just means I need even more granny squares. Great. Perfect. I'm going to start assembling my top from the bottom up, attaching the granny squares with single crochets. And I did the single crochets on the right side of the granny squares so that my top can have some texture on the outside of it. And I like the way it looked. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this project is taking a lot longer than I thought, but I have the front panel done. This is how it looks. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do the back panel and then I'll try it on and we can go from there to see what I have. Let me show you what I have so far. This is a granny square t-shirt. I love the length and I love the colors. The only thing is it's not wide enough. It's too form-fitting and I want it to be more of a boxier fit. So I'm either gonna take some white yarn and just crochet just plain white on the side, or I might take some granny squares just to close up the side. Side note, I'm super happy because I found this outside in the street today. Look at this. Ooh. To somebody throwing away this mannequin, and it's brand new. The only reason why they threw it away is because it doesn't have any legs. The legs broke off. But honestly, I could find some legs on Amazon. And I've been wanting a mannequin for 2 years now since I started crocheting and making clothing, because I thought this would just make the process a little bit easier when I make myself clothes. And now I have one for myself. So I'm just going to work on the sleeves of the top and attach them with a single crochet across. I'm going to continue to finish the top, working on the side, and then I will show you the finished result when I come back. This is the completed granny square t-shirt. I ended up making it a crop top, which I like a lot more than my original plan. But the fit is clean and the neckline is on point. I'm definitely hyped to wear this outside. So definitely let me know if you end up making a granny square t-shirt. Hit me up in the comments to say hi, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.